Hey guys, today I have the Natalie bag by Shamballa Bag Designs. I think is how you say that. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with names. I think this is a beautiful bag. Look at these little backpack straps. The llamas are pretty. And look guys, diamond rivets. Look. Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So, I put cactuses on the inside. I used 3 magnetic snaps, 2 for the side, 1 for the closure. You need 1 circle ring, 4 rectangle rings, 2 sliders, and a couple of rivets. Also, you'll need a zipper. I put a zipper pocket here. I get my zippers from My Handmade Space. I got my hardware from Mormino.com. The pattern even tells you how to make the tassel, gives you a little template. This is the cutest thing. I love this vinyl that I get from My Punk Embroidery. MyPunkBroidery.com. Absolutely beautiful. And I like the way the snaps pull the sides in. Just a little cute feature. I think it's really cute. So let's go make this bag. Hey guys, I'm going to hop back on here and show you that I have made 2 of these Natalie bags by Shamballa Bags patterns. I did a Harry Potter version. Look how cute. And this is gold. I hope you can see how pretty it is. It's gold crinkle, I think, or gold cracked maybe. Gold cracked gold vinyl from My Punk Embroidery. And this is the one we're going to make today. Absolutely adorable little bags. Yep, they're really cute. Alright, let's go make this bag. Alright guys, so the pieces we need for the Natalie bag are our tassel piece. And this is what it looks like when you get the design, print it out. In her directions she says cut off this bottom part and make your little tassel. So this is going to be the tassel. This is going to go down the front of the flap like this, and it's going to hold our tassel once we make it. So you need 2 flap pieces, and I put decovil light on the back of this one. So there's our flaps. There's our tassel holder, a flap strap, and our tassel. You're going to need your connector pieces, and you're going to cut this piece in half, and I don't have it sewed. This is going to be the handle, like this. It's going to be really pretty. This is the part that goes across the back of the flap, and it's going to hide where the handle and the flap strap connect. So there's that. You're going to need your outside piece. You're going to need 2 side pieces, and I'm using vinyl. And I get my vinyl from My Punk Embroidery. And I fused on foam on the back of them. You want to be very easy when you fuse on foam on vinyl because you can melt it. I get a Teflon sheet, lay it on it, and then protect my vinyl that way with the Teflon sheet that I ordered off of Amazon. And so this is my bottom, and these are the 2 side pieces of the outside. This is my front flap. Look how cute the llamas are. And that's my back flap, and I have foam also fused on them. Okay. For the lining, you're going to need pretty much the same pieces. You have the bottom and the two side flaps. And mine is directional, so I made sure to make sure my cactuses were going to stand up on the outside. Stand up right on the inside. And there's the bottom. Here's the two lining pieces. And I have put on all of these pieces here, I've put wovenfuse 2. Wovenfuse 2 on the back of this. It's some pretty good stuff. Go to guyinterfacing.com and check it out. Barb, she's amazing. She'll answer any questions you have. So wovenfuse 2 and decovil light, I both got them from guyinterfacing.com. And there's that. And then this is my pocket piece. I'm just going to do my standard size pocket that I like to do, 8 by 12. So here it is, and it's going to be pretty llamas on the inside of the pocket. We're going to need a zipper. I've got an 8-inch zipper, and I got a lot of questions on how I install my zipper pull, so I'm going to show you how to do that. You're going to need 4 1-inch rectangle rings. You're going to need 2 sliders, a magnetic snap, and I got all of these, all of my hardware I got from moremino.com. My zippers and my zipper pull I got from myhandmadespace.com. And I just recently got some of these in from Amazon. I really hope they're long enough. I'm going to try to at least do these. These are rivets. And I'm going to show you what they are. There's the back caps. And these are the front caps. I'm a little excited about these guys. They are diamond. I hope you can see that. Diamond rivets. Yes. They're a little small, but I'm hoping I can make them fit. Look how pretty. So that's going to be blinged out llamas. And I got these off of Amazon for like $6. Alright. So then we're going to need our straps. I've already sewed one, and I'm going to show you how to sew the other one. These I just cut the length of the vinyl. And I want to say it's 54 inches, maybe 56 inches. I can't remember. But I get my vinyl from mypunkembroidery.com. They are amazing. Here's the one that I'm going to show you how to do. And I've done let me get back down here to the pile. Here, this is it. I did all of these pieces the exact same way. So what I did was, this piece is cut 2 inches. But the rest of these are cut 4 inches. And what I did was I drew a line down the center. Got some double-sided tape that I get from Wayback. Met them in the middle and folded them again. And then I'm going to sew down both sides. And that's going to make our strap connector, our handles. I'm sorry, our strap connector, our handle, and then our straps. I think that's everything we need, guys, so let's get started. Alright, so we're going to do, I have my stitch link on 4. I'm going to sew around here. Okay. And I'm going to turn it and sew down. I'm doing 1/8 inch away from both sides. Just take your time here. Put my needle down. I'm going to pivot, sew across, put my foot down, the needle down, pivot again, I want to kind of talk to you a little bit about how I sew. First of all, I don't watch the needle at all. You'll get drunk doing that. I watch my foot, where my vinyl piece or whatever I'm sewing is going in on my foot. That's where I'm watching. I'm not looking at my needle at all. I'm just kind of keeping it lined up with the center of my foot. And then because I just cut mine end to end, I have the selvages here. I'm just going to cut them off. Alright. There's our straps. Let's set them aside. The next thing we need is our flap strap and the top piece of your flap, and I have the piece that I put the decovil on. I'm just going to trim this a little bit. It came off the edge a little. There we go. Alright, so what I've done is, again, this is a 2-inch piece. I drew a line down the center. I folded these in to the center and stuck sticky tape down on them. The pattern says from one end draw a 1 3/8 inch line, and that's where you want to fold this down at. Line this up on your line, line your ring up on the line, and then I put sticky tape down the center. So I'm going to take this double-sided tape. I'm going to find the center. And then this will be my center here. Okay. Always put your cap back on your airline. If not, you know, air makes this go away. You'll run out of ink in your airline, your sew line. Alright, so I have a line down here. I'm going to take and just line this up down the middle. Just like that. Now I'm going to sew down here, sew across, and sew back up. Eighth of an inch. Remember to back stitch. I'm going to come right there and stop, put my needle down. I'm going to pivot. I'm going to sew across here. Put my needle down and I will pivot. And I'm going to put this piece of vinyl or leather or whatever, just a scrap piece back here to protect my leather. I have a walking foot on and my walking foot loves to chew up vinyl and leather. There you go. And then back stitch. I think this would be very pretty, made out of the fabric that you're going to choose to do your front panels out of. I just chose the llamas, and my llamas are a little bit far apart, so you would just probably get a white strip. Like, see if I would have got to cut a piece of llama, you really wouldn't be able to see what it is to even put it on there. That wouldn't be pretty, I don't think. Alright, on the next piece, that's the first flap, and that's the one that has the decovil light on the back. On the other flap piece, I'm going to get my pattern piece, and she has it marked where you want the male end of the snap to go. So I'm going to lay that there. I'm going to make a mark. I'm going to get my male piece. It's all stuck together here. There we go. This is the male piece. Hope you can see that. That one's the male one. I'm going to take my washer and my airline sew line air erase pen. I'm going to put the center of the washer on the dot that I made, and then just draw two little lines here. Take my craft knife, and I'm just going to put a hole in them, just like that. Okay, I'm going to put the male part on the back here. Uh-oh, I didn't get a piece of protect. Hold on just 1 second. Just a second. Okay, so I just cut a scrap piece here of protect. This is decovil light. And I'm just going to put that on there. Take my craft knife. Make the holes. Being careful not to cut yourself. Oh, I didn't cut that hole big enough. Get on there. There we go. Then you're going to put your washer on the top. Like that. And bend the prongs out. Oh. Just like that. Okay. Then we're going to take this. This is only because I'm using vinyl. We're going to do it this way. If you're going to use a fabric, you need to follow what she says in the pattern. I'm going to line all these up. Let me get this out of my way. And clip them together, and I have them wrong sides together. Here I go, dropping them again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start here. I'm going to do 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Again, I have mine wrong sides together. 1/8 of an inch. I'm doing like a top stitch all the way around. Take your time here, guys. You want it to be nice and pretty. Slow down if you have to around the corners, the curves, I mean. I'm going to move this loop out of the way, and then I'm going to come up here, and if you'll look in on the pattern on your piece, it comes to a little point right there. I'm going to come in just a little bit past it and put my needle down, and I'm going to pivot, and then I'm going to come back out 1/8 of an inch and continue on. And while I'm here, just to make this one whole complete thing, I'm going to baste stitch along here. Piece of decovil sticking out right there. So that's what your flaps should look like. That's really pretty. I love this color. There's a little piece of decovil sticking out right there too. So let me get that. Alright, so let's add our tassel to it real quick to make it look really pretty. So the tassel piece, I showed you a while ago, you have a line across the top and a line down the side. This little corner right here, this bottom corner, you cut this out. So that's what this is missing. And then you take your double-sided tape and put it across the top and down the side. And I'm going to take it off of down the side. I'm going to turn it upside down on top of this. I'm going to stick it through the hoop, through this ring, and I'm going to bring it back to the line. I didn't get that quite straight. Hold on. There we go. So I just brought it back to the line. I didn't take it all the way. Okay. And then I'm going to take this piece off, and I'm going to fold it up like that. Just flip it all the way up. And then all your little tassels will hang down. I think that one needs to be clipped just a little bit more. There we go. So then all your tassels are hanging down. And then you're just going to wrap this around. You want it to be straight. And then just keep wrapping. I don't like the way mine finished off at the front right there, so I'm just going to pull mine a little bit tighter. See if I can't get it to go to the other end. Yeah, there we go. So there's your tassel. And I'm going to take and put a rivet right here in the middle. I think I'm going to do the rose gold to match all the other hardware that I've done. Because I don't think them tiny little diamond ones are going to work. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a rivet in that. I'm going to do that later. I will take one of these clamps and put it on there just so it doesn't come off until I can get my rivet on there. Okay. So now what you want to do is you want to get your handle and you want to put it on like this, except for you want to put 2 of these on here. Okay. And I'm going to do mine about, the pattern tells you exactly where to put it, but I'm just going to put mine about 1/2 inch away from about 1/2 inch or so away from here. Just make sure it's kind of centered and how you want it. I'm going to put mine like that, I think, because then we're going to bring these down here and we're going to put a rivet on them, and that's going to hold our straps. So I'm just going to base these on. You don't have to. I don't think the pattern tells you to. I'm just going to base them. Okay. I'm going to sew one over here. I'm going to base this one on. Okay. Then we're going to get our back piece. And measure 2.5 inches down. Okay, draw a line. I'm going to line this up on the 2.5 inches line. We're going to center it. And so let me find the center. I actually think I'm going to put a piece of sticky tape on it too. Just to hold it while I sew it. Okay, 2.5 inches down, and let's center it. Just like that. And then we're going to take this piece. It says measure 1 inch up. So let's do that. 1 inch up from here. Okay, and I'm going to put some sticky tape on the back of this. I don't know why I call it sticky tape. It's double-sided tape. This is really sticky. And that's going to stop it from stretching for one while we sew it, and it's going to hold it in place. Okay. Alright. So now we're just going to sew 1/8 of an inch all the way around there. Let's start right here. If you'll see, I'm pushing down right before the feed dogs and walking foot take it, just to hold it down so it doesn't stretch it. But you have to go slow to do this, or you will run over your finger. I'm just pushing it down right before it. Move this out of the way. Gotta go a piece of a stitch. There you go. Let's move that back to 4. You want to make sure your handles are straight, and we're going to sew right over them. You probably can't see what I'm doing. Alright. So just like that. And you're going to have one of these on one side and one on the other, and we're going to put little rivets there. So let me go get that. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is, in your rivet kit came with the piece that cut the hole, the piece that sets it, and this has a little divot in the end, and the other side's flat, so you want to use the little divot end, and then our setter for the bottom. So I'm going to take this piece, and I'm on the tassel here. I'm going to line it up in the center. And you're going through a lot of layers here. Okay, push this through. One kind of went off to the side a little bit, but let me see if I can. Fix that a little bit. This is probably messing up, and I'm probably going to have to make a new tassel. See if I can't get it a little bit straighter. Yep. So I'm going to have to make a new tassel, but that's what you do. You put a little hole in it, you put your rivet in there, and I'm going to set these in my jar so that I can put them on in a minute. Anyways. Alright, so now we need to put a rivet here, and a rivet here. And you don't want to catch this part, because that's going to be the back of your bag. Okay, so you want to fold this out of the way. So we're going to put one here, we're going to put a rivet here, we're going to put a rivet here, and then we're going to put a rivet here and here. And when you put these two rivets in, that's where you don't want to catch that part of your bag. You want to be very easy. So I'm going to go ahead and do that so that I don't catch. Let me see if these will fit through there. I really want to use these on this bag. I think that'll be very pretty. Get a couple of these caps out. And a couple of these. Okay. Yeah, that might be big enough. Okay. So again, I'm going to fold this up out of the way. I'm going to pull my ring all the way to the bottom. Take my setting tool. Go all the way through it, all the layers. There we go. So I'm going to put this on. Put through here. Oh, it's just going to be big enough. Put the cap on the back. Oops, come on. Put the cap on the back. And then I'm going to put it in here and set it. You want to be very easy with these, I'm sure, because of the diamond that's on. And that's what they look like. A little bit of bling. Okay, so now let's do the other side. You want to pull your ring all the way to the seam. Make sure it's lined up straight and flat. Kind of gauge. I'm kind of gauging between here and here and kind of making sure they line up like they should. Almost did it. Flip that out of the way. There we go. Yep. So take this piece, put it through, push it through, and then put your cap on the back. And then let's set it. So pretty. So now I'm going to put one right here, and I'm going to put one right here. Cap on the back and set it. All of these are so cute. Okay, so there's a cap. I got to get one more of these. Close these up. You want to make sure they're kind of even. Just eyeball it. Alright, turn it loose. Push that through. This foam is just thin enough that these pretty rivets will work. I'm excited about that. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. So that's our flap. Again, I'm going to take this tassel off and I'm going to put another tassel on, but then you want to just put your rivet right down the middle here. So I'll be back after I do that. So this is what the markings look like before you cut them out. Just transferred all the markings from here to here on the back. So I'm going to cut this bottom corner off. And this little piece that I just cut off the bottom can be thrown in the trash. Alright, so now I'm going to take my sticky tape. Throw my tassel on the floor. Tape up to the line. And do tape along here. Alright, while you were gone, while I was gone, what I did was, where'd my little rivet piece go? Oh, here it is. Okay, what I did was I took my pattern piece, and at the bottom it has a marking for your connectors. I laid it on here, transferred the marking to it, and I just basted them on and enforced back and forth with them, and then put a rivet in them. They look really cute. I love these little diamond rivets. They're really, really cute. Okay, so let me move this out of the way so I don't lose them again. Flip this around. Okay, so we're going to turn it upside down. We're going to take the tape off of this piece. And we're just going to fold it up to that line. Right here. Okay, so just to this first line. Okay. Get back up there. And I'm going to take the sticky tape off the top. And I'm going to flip it up. Just like that. And wrap it around. Okay, that one's much better. try this again. Okay, so I'm going to put this on my mat so I don't cut through to anything. In the center. There we go. Put a little wiggle out. Put your rivet in. Push it through. Put your cap on. And there you have it. Isn't that pretty? Pretty little tassel. I really hope you can see how pretty this is. Alright, so I'm going to go fix supper. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our bottom and one of our long sides. I'm sorry, I bumped you. I'm going to sew them together. I have my stitch length on 4 and it's a 1/4 inch seam allowance. I'm going to open it up and I'm going to push my seam towards the bottom, and then I'm going to top stitch again. I'm going to do that with the other side. Right sides together. 1/4 inch seam allowance. Push my seam, push the seam right here towards the bottom and top stitch. So there's our gusset. So now we're going to take our top piece and mark the center. Tiny little snips here because our seam allowance is only 1/4 inch. And mark the center here. And then I'm going to mark the center on this. Okay. And then lots of clips. Right side to right side. Line up your centers. Oh, I did snip both sides, didn't I? Oh, there it is. Lots of clips. The designer deliberately left this piece a little long just to give you a little wiggle room, so I'm going to overlap it, hang it off about 1/4 inch. See if that'll give me what I need. before I start snipping. There we go. I'm going to snip my curve just to make it go a little better. Tiny, tiny little snips, because again, our seam allowance is only 1/4 of an inch. You do that, and it just kind of lays in place just like this. It's a dimensional item, so make it dimensional. I'm going to come up here and do the same thing on this side. About 1/4 of an inch. And then just clip down the sides. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to snip my gusset piece. Tiny little snips. And then hold it where it's dimensional, and it will be dimensional. Snipping it just kind of helps ease it around that corner. Make it curve and open up a little bit better, so you don't struggle with it, and then you don't have like a clump when you get to the corner. That's not good. Alright, so I'm going to sew this around 1/4 inch. I just remembered one thing that we have to do, and I would do this before you put your gusset on. You have to put your snap on it. So the female part of your snap, line up your placement piece. Oh, where's my marking pen? So it has a piece here, a marking here for the female part. I'm going to do it the exact same way as the rest of them. Get your washer so that I can get this where you can see. And the center hole here, I'm going to put up on that mark that I just made. I'm going to make two little lines down the legs part of it. I'm going to take my craft knife and then just put the smallest little holes in it. Look at this. Okay. And then most of the time when you get them, they come with a film on top of them to protect them. So just take this plastic off and stick it through your holes. There we go. And like we did with the other piece, we're going to put a piece of decovil light to protect it. Okay, and then take your washer, put your washer on, and fold your prongs down. So that's what your magnetic snap should look like. And that's what it looks like from the front. Really cute. Alright, almost forgot that part. Now, we need to take the back of the bag and do the same thing. Line up your snips, line up the centers down here, and the center here. And snip away. There. You want to make sure your D-rings are tucked in. I'm sorry, your rectangle rings. Overlapping this about 1/4 inch. And snip this gusset. Just little snips. Okay. Push the foam in there and make it 3-dimensional. Let's do the other side. Overlap about 1/4 inch or so. Snip the corners. Alright, let's throw this down. 1/4 inch. Look how cute. Alright, so now we're going to trim. No, let's not trim yet. Okay, so I'm going to, whoops, throw it in the floor. I'm going to measure 1.5 inches down. Draw a line, and then I'm going to go 1 1/4 and actually I think I'm just going to do 1 inch, 1 inch in right there. Okay, so I'm going to take my washer, and on that where they cross at, I'm going to put one here. I'm going to do the other one just like that. I'm going to take a male, a female, and 2 washers. Cut your holes. Put your female on one side. Put your washer on the back. Now this one you don't need to put the protect stuff on there because you have the foam. And then bend your prongs down like that. And then put your male side on the other side. I didn't cut that hole big enough. There we go. Put this washer in and bend your prong down. So what happens is you snap them together here. Magnetically snap them like that. Look how cute. Okay, let's do the other side. 1 inch. I'm sorry, 1.5 inches down. 1.5 inches down. Make a line. And I'm going to go 1 inch in from that seam on both sides. Female one goes on this side. Oops. And the male one goes on this side. Sorry if you can hear that in the background. We're having a bad thunderstorm here. Like that. And this extra that she gave us, we're just going to cut this off. So it's straight across there. And then this piece, we're going to cut this off too. Just like that. So this is the outside of the bag. Oh, I guess you got to take the protect off of that one. And look how cute. This is a really cute bag, guys. I don't know if you can see. Look how cute. With the llamas. And then the sides in. It's really cute. Alright, let's get the inside done. It's really cute. Really, 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 really cute. Okay. Let's do the gusset pieces first. And the way I have mine is I want my cactuses to stand up like this on the side of the bags. So I'm going to put this one on this side and sew it together. I'm going to use a 3/8 seam allowance so that it's not saggy in the bag. See if that'll take up some of the bulk. Some of the baggy. Okay. Do the same thing. Push it towards the bottom and top stitch. It towards the bottom and top stitch. I'm going to clip my center on both sides. Okay. I'm going to clip the center on this bag. This side panel, inside lining panel. And I'm going to clip it at the top just because. And then pin it in. So line this center up with this center. And clip it in place. Remember, she gave us a little extra at the beginning here, so hang yours over a little. Move your corner a little bit. We are fixing to get a storm. And sew this down. I'm going to sew it with a 1/2 inch. I'm sorry, 1/4 inch. I said 1/2 inch. I meant 1/4 inch. There's that side. Now we need to put in our inside zipper pocket. And this is going to be the pocket that we also turn the bag inside out from. Or right side out. So how I do my zipper pulls is I take a lighter and I melt the frays off of it. And when you pull it apart, be mindful of the one that has the top teeth. So this side on this one had the top tooth. So I'm going to put it in first about halfway. Okay. Then I'm going to take this one and slide it in. And I'm going to slide it in evenly. So they're lined up like that. And then just kind of push it in. Oops. You got to get them lined up just right. And then just push them in. Tap on your zipper pull. And it'll go right on. And it will go right on. Okay, so just like that. My ruler and my marking tool, and I'm going to mark 1 1/4 inch down. 1 inch from either side. Ooh. 1 inch in from either side. And then I'm going to do 3/8 inch down. One, two, three. Also an inch in from the side. I'm going to draw my little rectangle box so it looks like that. Okay, I'm going to find the center of this. I'm going to fold this and find the center of this. And let's see, where would I want my zipper? She tells you specifically where to put it at in the pattern. I think I'm just going to put mine right there. And you want to sew around this box. You want to shorten your stitch length. I'm going to go to a 3 or 2.5. I think mine's on 2.5. Sew down. Make sure your needle's down before you pivot. And that's what we have. I'm going to take my X-Acto knife. You can use your scissors. And I'm just going to cut 1/2 inch in. Straight down the center. Well, not straight. It don't have to be straight. Just as long as you don't cut none of your stitches. Within about 1/2 inch of both sides. And then I'm going to go from the corners in and make a V, like a little triangle, my corner out. I'll show you in just a second. There we go. So this is what I did. Cut all the way down there, and in the corners, I got a little triangle. Hope you can see that. And I did that on both sides. And I'm going to take this piece and put it in. When you do this, you want to be mindful of your directional fabrics. In my case, I have a llama, so I made sure that my llamas aren't going to stand on their head, and they're going to be standing up pretty like they're supposed to on the inside of the bag. I'm just going to finger press this out. You can take it to the iron if you want. Take your zipper, put it in the middle of your window. Just like that. And I'm going to sew it on. You can pin this if you need to. Put your needle down. And then get one around your box. Put your needle down, turn, pivot. Put your needle down, turn, pivot. What's going on with mine here? Hold on. Zipper. Let me fix that. Okay. I bet it won't do it again. There we go. Needle down, close your zipper. And there you have it. Okay. And there's your zipper pocket. So across the top. Just 1/4 of an inch. Move this back out of the way. I'm going to cut my pocket in half. I think the pattern actually has 2 pieces. I just made one a little different. So this is the hole we're going to turn it through. So now I'm going to sew down both sides. I'm going to cut off this extra zipper right here. And then I'm going to melt it. Alright, do I have my tails clipped here? Nope. Mark the center. Put your center here. And then pin this on. Do some little snips on your gusset. Make sure they're pretty small because you only have a 1/4 inch seam. I'll do the other side. And we're going to sew that on with a 1/4 inch seam. I'm going to make sure my zipper pocket's open so my hand can go through, because we're going to pull the bag through here. So I'm going to turn this one inside out. I'm going to turn this one inside out. Uh-oh, hold on. I just popped a thread. Alright, so we have this one inside out. We have this one right side out. And we're going to stick it in. Be mindful if you want this on the back, your zipper pocket on the back or the front. Stick it in so that they're right sides to right side. You want to fold your flap, hold it in, and then clip all the way around. I'll line up my side seams first. I think I'm going to trim this little bit of extra off that she gives you first off your lining. And then go to the other side. Trim this off straight. Got my side seams lined up. I'm going to put a pin here. Got to get it, guys. Now I'm going to go to the center here. Put some clips down the bottom. And do the other side. This side you kind of got to push down because you have this big bulky flap here. So just kind of push it in out of your way and clip along here. All right. And now what we're going to do, I'm going to kind of start on a side. I'm going to stick it in. Like this. And we're going to do 1/4 of an inch all the way around. And then just roll it. Now you want to be real careful because this is the back where your flap is at, so your lining don't slip. Just kind of hold it as you go. And roll your bag. We leave them there for the top. Alright, now we're going to pull the lining out. And reach through the pocket. And the first thing I'm going to pull out is your flap. I feel like if you go ahead and have that out of the way, you don't have much to worry about. So there's your flap. Okay. Now I'm going to reach back in here. There's your handle. I'm going to reach back in here and I'm going to grab the bottom of the bag and pull it out. And just keep twisting it and rolling it and pulling it. It will come. There we go. Make sure your corners are poked out good. Got a little wrinkly, but you can repress it. Just don't, you know, be careful with your vinyl. Now we're going to sew the pocket up. I'm just going to take it like this, fold it under, give it a good tug. And sew it down. Push it in. And then you want to push your pocket in. Push your bag lining in. So just kind of take it and pull it down until your seam is right on the top. Go, just kind of roll it. So earlier when we did the rivets, did these two rivets, and I said don't get this part. This is the back of the bag. This is why you don't want to get this part. all your corners out good. Make sure your line's down good and flat. Got a little bit of extra lining in there, but maybe it'll work its way out. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. Now we're going to top stitch all the way around. So I'm going to fold the flap out of the way again, and I'm going to start right here just so I can watch the flap. And I'm going to do 1/8 inch all the way around. And again, just roll the bag. There we go. That's the bag. Now we just need to finish the handles. Put them on. And I'm going to take it and give it a press. Get the wrinkles out of it. Super cute bag. Really, really, really cute bag. Alright, so next thing you need to do is get your sliders. Oh, sorry. And we need the handles. So take one end of your slider, thread it through, and stitch it down. So just like that. Alright, so take the back of your bag and you want this side up, and then just find the end, stick it down through that rectangle ring there. And see, I still have this side up. My raw side, like where I sewed it, is facing me. I'm going to go up and down with this. They make it a little smaller. There you go. And then I'm going to take this piece, and you can't see what I'm doing. Then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to go down about 1 inch, and I'm going to sew across it, and I'm going to put a rivet in it. I don't want that color thread. Hang on, let me change my color thread. There's one of our straps. And let's do the same thing with the other one. Okay, I'm going to hold the part we just joined, this part, in my hand facing this way. I'm going to make sure it's not twisted. I'm going to go down that rectangle loop, up through this with the raw edges, with the seam right there. Okay, I'm going to go up that one, go back down the other side. Okay, and then I'm going to come over here and make sure it's straight, and I'm going to go down this rectangle ring, and I'm going to overlap it the same amount that I did this one, which is really close to 1 inch. Dead on 1 inch. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing. There's the back, there's the front, and I'm going to put one of our diamond rivets right here on both sides. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hole punch, I'm going to set it right there. Stick the rivet through. The cap on the back. Get the setting side. And there you have it. How adorable. Alright. Where did my hole punchy one go? There it is. That's what that looks like. Adorable. Alright guys, so this is what the bag looks like. Look how cute it is. This is the Natalie Bag by Shamballa Designs. I will leave a link in the description below. I sure hope this helps you. Have a great day.